Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Tom Misery, watching my channel Mr. 14, and I'm here doing the review of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 1, Episode 4. Let's just right into it. It was a lot of things that went on this episode, more about infidelity, more about gaining more aspects of self-worth in the relationship, the more the general topics, and more of the relationship aspect and people expectations and feelings and wants and dealings in a marriage. All right, so like I said, it's the show is more centered on the love and marriage and the trial tribulations and the positiveness and being in love and being in a relationship with someone who you marry with, but also talk about the business aspect. So let's just open the comeback group. All right, so the comeback group, all three couples in the show is coming together to do a comeback to build homes for the community that they going back to bring more value to that neighborhood. So they had a contract brought up so they could all sit down and talk about the contract and see there and see if y'all had talk about it, y'all have red marks, what they could be done to make the shit to make it they agreeable with all parties involved, all six of them. So Melody read something that she said it's basically saying that any particular business dealings that they have should not interfere with the group, and anything with the group that may interfere with the business, then you have to let us know and so like that, and so like and not only hindering them. So Kimmy said, I don't think it's anything that we doing is like hindering y'all growth as a business. So just like it just won't let any overlap between their own business plan and what their group they doing together. So and they said if the situation arises, let the group know, and then the majority votes. That what happens. And Melody said, okay, that's cool. But Martell was not having it. He was like, listen, no, why? I can't believe you telling our business plans. It's like, this is ridiculous. So Martell is all about I. You could tell more as more episode going on, you can tell more that he is mostly a selfish, narcissistic man. Like, it's all about him. He get everything he wants. It's like a self gratification that he gets by getting what he wants. So he was telling the group that no, let's stick with the $90 per square foot. That's what it is. Y'all have to worry about that. Let me put that money in. Y'all have to worry about it. Y'all don't know anything. Like being really dismissive or condescending. Like they don't know what they're doing. And I said they both is part in that freaking deal and business aspect is a point for not to know, for them to know exactly what you're doing. It's like you trying to belittle them like they are nothing to you. And that's how I feel. Martell feel like they owe nothing to him. It's like, no, so they went on, they're going by it. It's like we didn't do this combat group and build homes to make a profit out of it. We was focused on to build homes, not to make a profit. And Martell said he wanted to make a little profit of it because he said, I'm putting all this work in and I'm doing the work and all that stuff. So why not get something out of it and stuff like that? I mean, I understand that he wants the money, his investment, but you don't want to make it seem like all your dealings is doing it is more because you get financial gain. You is doing that for a purpose to bring more value, not to get more value to yourself. So more so, Marcel said I got somebody else that we could deal with, and it could be cheaper than what it is. It's like it's something that we all agree on, and it's something managing, beneficial. But he said no, that's not gonna happen. So the teacher was like, he said, no, I ain't trying to go back to that area, so like that. She said the whole point is to build homes, is to give homes and to build them out, so like that. And the whole point of the combat group is to go out. He said to go back to the community, so like that. He said, well, I'm trying to build homes not to go back. But the whole point of the combat group is to go back. So why are you in the combat group if you're not trying to go back to that area? So it was like, okay, so that's what it is. So it boils down to it. They agreed to $80 per square footage, and let it be, and let it be, and it'll be a long conversation after that, and just let it be $80. They can make some profit, but it won't be a huge profit out of it, and it could be all parties could be agreed with that number. And Martell still wasn't feeling it, but he agreed to the sake of the group. So it was like, and Melody is like, it's like I could tell. So it as a couple when they're behind the confessionals, they say things like, you know what? If we could just go with $80 just get the group happy, we fine with that. It's like that. I was like, why y'all do this? Like y'all go along with the group, but then behind the scenes, y'all just doing it this is sake to keep peace and stuff like that. I was like, whatever. So y'all just y'all be ingenuine if y'all doing stuff like that. But keep that alone. So then we get Kimmy. It actually opened up with Maurice playing basketball with the two boys. It's two boys and they both have sons in the previous marriage. So the oldest boy, I forgot his name. That's Kimmy's son before she met Maurice. And there's a younger one that's Maurice's son in his previous marriage. So they got the summer together with the kids and everything, and it's still more about the dynamics. Maurice is more the laid back, fun type kind of person, and then Kimmy is more the structure type, disciplinarian type of mother in the household. And it seemed like it's all boils down to her, and it seemed like it could tell it's like it gave her kind of like a pause about it and more stress because it's everything falls on her. Because when one point she was later on her older son, she said, listen, you came back here, it's like that, it's gonna be responsibility. You gotta pay your cell phone bill, you gotta start paying your car note and everything. And if you stay in the house, okay, in college, you go to college, you have no curfew all alone, but in this house you got a curfew. He said, curfew? Why do I need a curfew? And that's like that. I'll say, listen, if you're in somebody's house, and you just gotta learn how that's curfew. You gotta respect the rules. Unless you want to pay some mortgage, we can work on that. He said, "Oh, curfew it is, curfew it is." I said, "Yeah, you don't want that responsibility because now you already paying all that stuff. You know, just stick with the curfew. You'll be fine." Shit, and that. So Maurice told his the son, "Did you talk to your mom?" And he said, "No." Okay, you call your mom FaceTime, and the mom was asking what you got planned for the summer. The boy don't know what he got planned for the summer. So this father got on the phone, Maurice, and he said, "What you got to plan for summer?" He said, "Oh, we got to talk about camp, and we got skateboard camp and another camp." And Kimmy was like, "Hold up. I was asking about camp for this, what we going to do for this boy. I asked about camp several times for this boy, and you gave me 50,000 reasons why you should not do camp. But with that conversation with the ex, you was like, it was 2 seconds. And you haven't talked." So Kimmy talked to him, it's like, listen, like, you say all this stuff, but I had asked you, you say you was not doing it. But now you all saying you can do camp. You don't even know the courses, what's going on, what's the planning, what's the expectation and thing. It's like you just doing it. It's like, what is it? And basically he had put in the effort. So she basically say that he is working a lot and putting all the interest on her because when in the summertime he more focused on his working business and not paying too much time on the son and her, and she feel like she just doing too much and she just want that help. So later Kimmy and Maurice went to a therapist and they discussed it, and she explains more why she feel like that. And then now Maurice realized that he should have stepped up because Kimmy be raising her son all by herself. She was a single parent and it was all on her own. She said she chose to have that son. She chose to be pregnant. She chose to have a boy, and she raised the boy herself alone. And it wasn't about herself. It was more about him. Work, come home, take him when we had to do, and bring her ass home. And she didn't really have it is like she really never had a childhood. She never really had her life to enjoy. And now that she in this marriage with Maurice, and she a little bit older than Maurice, and then it's a talk about having the younger son Maurice's son staying with them full time more often because he getting that age, and then he putting it on for me. And now I feel like I skated all my life raising the son because that's what I chose, and now I just want me time. I just want to enjoy life. I just want to feel like I got confined to the household after I spend so much time with my own son to do the same thing with him when he's always working and he's not putting that time. So I just want him to prioritize the son and this more effort. And then while he realized that she started getting choked, emotional and stuff about it, it's like, yes, it's understandable. It's like you just can't always put it off on her and make sure she doing all this when she has a life to live. It's just not selfish because she needs to live. It's like she don't want to go older at 50 or something like that and not even experience any life, and it's like she just feel like her life is just passed by because she had to be an adult and do about it. And now when she finally get a chance, let her be, and you need to step up. So he said he needs to rearrange and prioritize some things to really help Kimmy because he don't want her to put all the burden on her. And I appreciate that he's stepping up and realizing. And I like the talk he had with his son. I'm sorry, I'm trying to I couldn't get the son name. I think his name Monster or Monster. I don't know whatever his name is. But his son was like good looking, respectable little boy, and he was just saying that he happy with Kimmy. He said some things he don't like staying with Kimmy with going shopping. He said he don't like shopping at all. So staying while going shopping, he don't like that aspect. I mean, most men don't like going to shopping with their females anyway, but that's understandable. And but he said he liked Kimmy. He said she's really reliable, determined, and she's good for his dad. And he said it's really good to have my son praise Kimmy so well, and said like we could have a good blending of the family. And I like that. And he happy that his father's getting married with Kimmy. And he said he enjoyed that. He wants that to happen. And it was talk about being on a different school and learning about accepting your reaction to other people talking about you, and then sometimes you got responsible and knowing that you could control your own reaction. You can't control what people say, but you can control how you react to different people. And just learn to love yourself and accept yourself and not always respond to negativity, because people gonna talk about you. So it was a nice little talk, father son thing, and then they built the thing together while he was talking, the rocket, and they did a rocket and it flew up the air. So I said I like that. I like to see things like that, and it just shows that he realized that he needs to spend more time, because this is a crucial time for him, for his son. And not just always put his son towards Kimmy, and he just work and neglect it, because at the end of the day, the boy would get older, starting to resent that. Yes, my dad was present, but he wasn't really present. Like he was there, but not really there for me as much as I need him to be. So you don't want that to happen. So I'm glad that Maurice is taking the time to realize that he get married Kimmy in 2 weeks, and he needs to prioritize more his responsibility. Alright, so Kimmy went to go to a sex shop, because she wants on lingerie and toys for her thing, because she explained to us that she got 4 drawers of lingerie, because she said women like to be feel sexy when they got the lingerie on for showing for against the man. And that's true. I like a woman look nice in lingerie. It's sexiness of seeing a woman in lingerie and stuff like that. So it's nice to have that, and they feel power, they feel sexy, they feel love, and it turns a man on to see that. And she said she needs to. It's like, listen, I got toys, I got lingerie. You got to make it exciting in the bedroom, because you just can't be boring or basic. She didn't say that, but basically she's just saying that it's essential for the relationship to have lingerie and toys, and it spice up your sex life. Because at the end of the day, sex is part of your relationship. It's part of life. And if you don't want to have a boring sex, you want to do something to enjoy your mate. It's like that. So she's freaky dicky. I said, hey, she ain't get her son by herself for nothing. Shit, fuck out of here. So she did that. So she invited Letitia and Melody to the shop, and they did some lingerie. Letitia said she didn't really buy stuff like that because she don't think Marcel would like it. But on the other hand, Marcel would like to have her to see lingerie, because he said it later on, because when they bought the gifts, Melody was there as she bought the gifts for Kimmy, because she missed the bridal shower. She said it's on her. She said thank you. So what they said is Melody 10th year anniversary, and they not planning anything, so they want to plan something to say, you know what, let's get this for her. So they bought the red lingerie, because Melody showed that red lingerie, and to Kimmy and said, you can look rock in this. She said, no, not for a skinny woman, you can rock that. So they got that for her day for Martell. And that was nice. And they also bought a G-ball toy where you plug that in your vagina, and it tightens your vagina muscles, and the guy got the remote, it can control the vibration, whatever. And I said, oh, okay. So they got that. Alright, so Maurice and Marcel was talking and say, you know what, I can't believe Martell and Melody is not doing anything for like 10 years. I was like, yeah, 10 years anniversary, that's a long time. That should do something. Like, that's decade of being in a relationship. That's something special. So why not do anything? Because they got too busy? No, y'all can't be too busy to celebrate y'all 10th year anniversary. So do it. So what they did is that Letitia is planning it, and Marcel said, I'll leave all the details for my assistant. I said, she's not your sister. She doesn't work for you. Your wife It's like, come on, he tried to make a joke, but that joke sometimes offends people. It's like, come on, it's not your assistant. She doesn't work for you. It's your wife. So Letitia's planning. She's planning a nice little dinner at 360 area, 360 restaurant. And Melody Martell has been there, but they played it off and say that they haven't been there, just not to hurt their feelings and stuff like that. I was like, okay, whatever. Fake it till you make it. I just fake it. No need to tell them that truth that you've been there. Just say, oh no, I never been there. So it's a gesture, and it was nice. And they didn't know they was planning it for them. So, oh, during that comeback meeting, Martell was going at Letitia because Letitia and Martell was going at it back and forth, and he kept calling her sweetheart. She said, "I'm not your sweetheart," and he kept saying sweetheart. And they say Marcel he said, "She's not your sweetheart, sweetheart," and it's really kind of condescending, and it was condescending how he approached that because because when they had the golf meeting, Martell brought Melody to the guys' day out in golf. And I know Martell want Melody to go with him so she won't feel, so he could gain her trust again. But I was like, bringing him to the boys' night day out is not any way to trust her because he's going to his boys. He's not going to lie about going with his boys. I mean, I don't know, maybe sometimes. I don't know what cheaters do sometimes. But most likely, when they go and hang with the boys, he going to hang with his boys. But she brought him, and they was like, oh, they ain't like her being there, but it is what it is. And they was talking, and then they discussed about, you know what, I like being hanging with y'all. There's no drama. They said drama. Martell brought a lot of drama in his thing, and he's a guy, right? But that sweetheart comment, and he was like, he didn't even understand why it was offensive. He said, no, it's a sweetheart. I call everybody sweetheart. It's not so. He said, it is condescending. He said, the first time was condescending. So you meant the second time was, but I said both times was condescending because the way how you came out, the approach, the content of you saying that sweetheart was condescending. And it was a business meeting. So you cannot say that in a business meeting because if you belittle a woman and say, oh, sweetheart, in a business meeting, it make it feel like she no value in a meeting. And that's how sometimes it is. There's already enough pressure for women in the workforce to feel like they could feel they had to do extra work to be an equal standard in the male counterpart in the business side. And so you sit in a meeting and then you have a male equal stature and an equal grounding of the group who had no status over elder person, and you call it your sweetheart. It's like you kind of belittling them and saying that your opinion doesn't matter. So they were trying to get him to understand that, but I don't think he really don't understand. He just gonna keep. He don't really understand. So I was like, Marcel said I don't think he really understand what that comment was, but we gonna let it be. So down to the dinner, right? So oh yeah, like I said, Marcel was like, cause Letitia showed Marcel the lingerie and the G thing. He said, the G, what is this? What's that? And he was like embarrassed. I said, come on, you freaking own prude ass, like get it up. He get a type poom poom and can make the thing better, shit. But he was like, yo, why you just don't give them that? But then he said, you know what, scratch that, keep that, and give them a keychain. He said, no keychain for a 10-year anniversary. I said, you so boring ass, no keychain. But he said, why you don't wear the lingerie? He said, I don't think you would like it. He said, why you don't think I would like it? It's like, because she said, you never go out and get things for me and stuff like that. Sometimes women want to feel like their man want to join them or something and buy them lingerie and make them feel good. But sometimes Letitia, you need to do something too. It's like, but then again, she always working and take care of these kids. She don't have time to groom or do her stuff like that. It's like, when she got time to do anything for him, just to lay there, take care, whatever, and do it. So she just like, oh, okay. But I thought she was gonna keep it and give him that. So when it came to the picking up, because Letitia and Marcel is picking people up, Melody and Martell didn't know what was happening. They just told them get dressed and they're going to go somewhere. So not knowing it was that 10-year anniversary celebration that Letitia was been planning. And Melody asked Martell, where have you been? You took longer than expected at the gym. And he said, it takes an extra hour or something to get back home. She said, I know that, but I said extra hour or two. And you took longer than the extra hour you supposed to get home for. And he said, no, I was running and I was jogging. And I was like, Alex, you had to go all that. If you could do all that shit, go home and just do run and jog and figure in the house or around the block or something like that. Come on, why you have to go all the way over there? And you go in that late night gym. She said she felt uncomfortable you going to the late night gym. It's like, why she have to go to the gym with you every time just to make her feel comfortable? But it is what it is. So he said, you can't believe we been married for 10 years. She said, I can. He said, why you say it like that? I said, yeah, Melody, why? He said it like that too. But and he said, well, we had ups and downs and the downs thing. And she said, well, the downs are enjoyable. And she said, yeah, but we learned from that. She said, well, have you learned from anything? He said, well, I'm learning. She said, that's not a good answer. And I said, okay, okay. Y'all start off bad one. This Joe night. They went in the van and they just realized that it was for their 10th anniversary. She said, oh my God, it's so nice and like that. And they been to 66, have you been there? They said, oh no, I've never been there. That's what she said. Oh yeah, we've been there 4 years ago, but we didn't even bust their bubbles. I was like, oh my gosh, whatever. Like I said, ingenuine couple. And they went and sat at the table. Like I said, the topic of the general's expectations, something like that, because that was the biggest thing that the teacher and Marcel's going through. And she just talking about how Melody asked about, did she reach out to anybody? She said, yeah, she reached out to somebody and she really enjoyed it, but she wanted to push that off because she had other things to do. Well, listen, I got to deep clean the house. I got to do this. I got to do that. Just to have the meeting before you have a meeting, I was like, you had to do all that. It's like, you just try to push it back. And she just said that she just do everything herself and she working hard and she always taking care of the kids. So like she felt like a single mom. And people say, oh, single mom. They said, hold out. A lot of single moms out there will fight you on the street. But I was like, why would they fight? I understand why they would say that. But at the same time, that's what she's actually doing. Just because she has a husband there doesn't mean like he is doing anything for her to take care of the kids. He didn't even know his kids had allergies. So how the hell, how much of a father figure he's doing to his kids? He just working and coming home and making money. And she just doing it. So at the end of the day, even though she has a spouse, she could still feel as a single mom because he's not putting any effort into the kids. So, and Kimmy, she said, I was a single mom and I would take offense to that. I mean, I understand why you take offense to that, but I understand where she's coming from. She felt that way because she's doing everything herself. She don't feel like she has a partner, even though it's the money aspect, that's an extra check. But still, the extra check is just about the extra check. That's not nothing. It's like money is good, but it's more than the money aspect, and that's where she's coming from. And it's like he was saying, hold up, that transition on that stuff, it's not gonna happen. And it's like keep shutting it down. It's like no, you staying home. And she said, I never want to be a single home mom. That was never my plan. But when we had the kids, I just took a step back a little bit and do this. But I always want to get out there and I always want to contribute to the freaking business. But he don't want me in it. And he said, baby, please hold my hand. Please hold my hand. We're going to be in this nigga ground. We go out. Like, Martel always do that. Like, when she get in the thing and he feel in a hot seat and he don't feel like this is bothered. He don't want anybody to know. And he trying to shut her up a joke or something like that. I said, it's not going to happen. No. It's out there. The biggest problem is that you is trying to box her in and not feeling like her doing anything, and she wants to have value in her relationship. So that's that. And then the teacher asked Martel. He said, "Y'all been 10 years, and one of the biggest things couples go through is they go things, some issues that they work through to overcome them. Y'all just I explain what I'm overcoming, which is my issue of wanting more for myself, and then." Y'all making things infidelity, and then one day and Martel said, "Oh, where'd you go? I can't. Who wants to be reminded of infidelity?" I say you always gonna be reminded of infidelity because that's what you done. Like you broke your marriage because what you have done. So you gotta own up to the fact that that's what the reality is. Speak the truth. Don't hide from the truth. Speak it. Speak to existence. You cheated and you brought infidelity into your marriage. So, and she said she gave a lot of my answers. I was like, listen. We just gotta work hard to build a trust and realize if you step back and show them that you just the conversation, ended the conversation, limit the conversation, talking, the FaceTiming, the seeing each other, socializing, then they gonna start realizing that they messed up what's wrong. And you just gotta work on it and build that trust again. And he was like, oh no, I don't want this happening, or why she brought this up. Everybody was like, oh, this might not be a good idea. She brought this up. But at the end of the day, it's like y'all been 10 years and she just want to know how did y'all work through that issue. So it wasn't really a bad thing to really talk about it because that's what the big thing y'all is going through right now. And you could, anybody in the mind could see that Melody is not over that fact of what happened there. She still got trust issues over Martel. So the fact that he could think he could brush it off and get offended when everybody keep bringing it up, that's what you have done. And the rumors are true. So that was that, but that was the episode. I can't wait till next week. It seems like it'll be more juiciness going on, And it's getting down to the wire. Kimmy and Maurice marriage's wedding is coming up, and I can't wait to see how that events folds and how events fold for the other marriages as well. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Also, let me know how y'all feel about this episode, about cheating, about infidelity, about gender roles, about wanting better for yourself, and experiencing life after you had kids. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.